reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
Your other house, Quincy.
How you doing over there, Q?
I am fucking exhausted.
Me too, brother, but I've seen a lot of people wearing those beautiful CES badges. I'm hoping maybe next year I would like to go and actually sit down and mess around with all this tech on the floor.
I'd like to do a lot more conventions over the next year than what I have. Yeah, that's like just kind of across the board because I haven't really done a lot of conventions lately. It's been a couple years since I've been to one period.
I think the last one was the one that I went with you guys.
No, I went to a card trade show thing. But that was a couple years ago.
Fair enough. Are you drinking anything special over there?
No, I just got a K-Cup Starbucks one.
I'm just drinking water. I'm
just the usual.
I've been drinking a lot more water recently. I'm feeling
fine.
A lot better.
Go and be healthy and good and whatnot. I'll just sit over here and destroy myself more.
Trust me, if it was a Dr. Pepper, I'd be chugging the shit out of that.
Dr.
Pepper. What? No, water. Dr. Pepper. With the background that I've introduced, it's a beautiful skyline of Night City because I have completed, yet again, my second run-through of Cyberpunk 2077, this time with the DLC, all gigs done, all side stuff done. I am very excited for the next, whatever the Cyberpunk show is, and Cyberpunk Orion, whatever that project is going to be after Witcher 4 pops out.
We probably still have quite some time till we get there.
They said hopefully middle of 2027, but don't hold us to that. And I said that's fair.
I feel like that's a little too close since they're still working on the new Witcher, you know?
From the cinematic, they're saying that it's about 60% done.
Yeah, so you got another 40% to complete still.
Right.
And then you have to go through and do a full 100% of the Cyberpunk game.
No, because if it's going to be in Night City, they already have all the models and textures for the city itself. So you have about maybe 40% on the other side ready to go, because where else are you going to go? It's not going to be outside of Night City. I just hope that they give us new abilities. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just another DLC. Just tack it on. Why not?
I mean, it would have to be a full-blown game.
I mean, as far as size, sure.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't be mad if it said, here's Cyberpunk 2077 and Project Orion. I'm okay with that. The good old Humble Bundle, the Humble Choice, has updated for this month, and some bangers, some not quite my cut, so they're gonna probably get thrown at some people. Against the Storm, a tactical style city builder. Very black and white, if you've ever played black and white. Not a big fan. It doesn't strike me as fun. But it is 95% overwhelmingly positive over on Steam, so take that for that grain of salt. Jagged Alliance 3. I have heard a lot of good things about the Jagged Alliance. It's just me and XCOM don't really get along. What was the one that you played that was an XCOM like? Year Zero?
Mutant Year Zero.
That's it. This one kind of goes along. Yeah, this one kind of goes alongside with that and talks a big game to be the best, and apparently it has a lot of modding support, so if you happen to really like some good tactic style shooting games, check out Jagged Alliance. Now, the only banger, the true banger of this entire thing is the Blasphemous 2. If you are wanting to smite heathens while wearing a fucking sick as hell mask, this is probably the best game to do that. Beautiful visuals, a beautiful pixelation style that is just unbeat. It looks so fucking nice. There are cutscenes that keep up with this really grainy, really pixelated style of animation, and um, it does get very grotesque at times, but it is very fun. I'm actually very excited to play this, and it's also by the guys who did Worms, which is another bit of a weird draw of my eyebrow.
I mean, I feel like every now and then they come out with a new game and they go, "This is very different from everything else you've done." I'm glad to see you grow as a studio.
Right, but the Blasphemous is definitely a weird one out of position. But play it; it's so fun. Beneath Oresa, a Slay the Spire like. I don't know. After Slay the Spire, everything just kind of melds together. I'm cool with it, but it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of wrap my head around another Slay the Spire style game. Boop. Fort Solace, which kind of gives me a Telltale style storytelling game. I don't know what to really think of this one. Watching the trailer didn't really give me too much of an understanding. It's once again, it's very a lot. It gives me no significance of what it's going to be. Even the top phrase of it is, "Courage is not the lack of fear; it is acting in spite of it." That don't really,
Okay.
yeah. It's just immersive storytelling, and it kind of keeps
I
talking
mean,
about it.
it's not a bad quote.
No, you're right, but it doesn't tell me anything about it.
Yeah, I find it so weird. Like movies keep giving us too much in trailers. Games can't seem to give us enough. Like we need to like flip flop a bit here, guys.
Yeah, I know, right? However, it says the story is told across 4 chapters, like a Netflix series. Fort Solace can be binged in one intense session or played chapter by chapter, like an episodic TV show. Okay. So at least you know that you can sit down and really enjoy this game. The specs, not that bad. An i5 4th gen can play it. A GTX 1060 if you're wanting some pretty good stuff. What's the recommended? An i7 6th gen? Not bad. A 3070? And then Apple. I'm happy that it plays on Mac.
I know that we're doing the Humble Bundle. Oops. I did not mean to open that. Click the wrong thing on the computer. I know we're doing the Humble Bundle, but there is a GOG sale going on for super cheap games. After people do the Humble Bundle, they might want to check this out too. It's their Winter Classic promo. It's got just a little over 9 days left. It's a bunch of classic games. You get like Hitman Blood Money for 99 cents, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, which is an amazing game, for $2.99. Shit like that, you know. So after people go through and do Humble Bundle, a couple of games you might want to go grab on GOG as well.
Is there a way to see on sale? There we go, on sale. Ooh, Hollow Knight for half off. That's actually not bad on its own. Sleeping Dogs Definitive for $3?
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs is such a good game, you know.
And then the Beyond a Steel Sky, which is a continuation from Underneath a Steel Sky. For only $5. I mean, Silk Song is not gonna come out. Never ever. Disco Elysium for $10. If you want a good detective story, well, oh man,
what was that about Silk Song? You said it's never gonna come out.
Never. We got nothing. We
What's,
have not
what's
even
the game the guy that has gotten an ungodly amount of funding for it still technically isn't finished?
Star Citizen. And technically, it's done now. It's just
I watched a video
expansion.
where someone was like, you know, they're going through his portal in Star Citizen, and they're like, "We're finally gonna get to see the new worlds and whatnot." And they're navigating through, and the
And
fucking
it crashed.
server crashed.
Yeah.
It was the most Star Citizen thing I've seen.
It hurt me when I saw the crash, and I was like, I played it for like 10 seconds on someone else's account. It looked pretty. It looked very vibrant. I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good game. And then when he told me, yeah, no, I can't really do very much, I was like, why are we still supporting this? So Silksong is the sequel to Hollow Knight, and it was announced
Ah,
in like 2018, beginning of 2019, and it had a trailer. It had everything ready to go, and then they said, coming soon. And then that coming soon turned into, uh, like it fell off the face of the earth.
gotcha.
I hope that Silksong will be later on this year, but I hold I am not holding my breath on it. I hold no ill will toward the creators of it, but it's like, give the people something, or just say you canceled it. Like, give us a
I
confirmation of a
mean,
sort.
yeah, like that's like just at least be like, well, we canceled it. It's done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Other than that, there's a whole bunch of other really interesting games for very
Yeah, you get
inexpensive.
some true classics on here. I mean, they got the Contra stuff on here and things like that. It was just one of those things I saw. I was like, I'm the kind of person that's like, you told me there's games on here for 99 cents, 59 cents, $1, $2. I'm gonna want to know about that sale.
Yeah. Grease for $3, and that is my favorite game of 2022. If you recall, I really loved this game. This game felt so comfortable to play.
They even
Uh,
did the
yeah, no, I'm good.
IOI collection um for like $10 on here. So they get some interesting shit.
A buck 49 for another really good detective style story, but this one's with a not a deadbeat, but a detective that has a very particular set of skills. And then they add in some FMV style cutscenes, and they're a little more on the nose. And then you got slapstick humor, and I don't. There's another like prop humor, I guess you can call it, but all the Tex Murphys are fun to play. Yeah, all these are not that bad. 99 cents for Postal too. And then a whole bunch of not safe for work games. Thanks. Eldest Souls for $2. That's a 90% off game. Well, we'll see about that later on. We're just gonna put you down there for right now. But back over to the good old Humble Bundle. Boxes, Lost Fragments, a game where you just open up a bunch of boxes, learn mysteries. They have an official Discord where I guess people are chatting it up, figuring out how to open up these boxes. Yeah, okay. Badoop. I'm gonna probably mispronounce this like 50 times. Dordogn, Dordong, Dordong, Dor. But in short, it is
I
a
can't get any help on this. I have no idea. Like when you first read it to me, I was like, I don't know if it's a different language. Did someone punch a keyboard?
good news. It is a different language. Bad
Okay,
news
different
is
language.
still have no clue on how to pronounce it.
No, yeah.
A game that's on Game Pass right now, and it is a young girl goes to the countryside to visit their grandparents, and it is beautifully painted in watercolor, and it is just this really vibrant storytelling game. Socky in chat asks French. I don't know. Bienvenue. Let's see here. Play as Mimi. Grandmother, uncover family secrets. Hand painted colors. No, I didn't really say. Huh. But as far as I know, Bienvenue is Brazilian? Portuguese? Unsure, but in short, it is a dang good time, I've heard. 94% over on the Steam. But doop. And last but not least, a game that I'm not really going to go too far into details with because this is like Stellaris. It's very
I couldn't wrap my head around Stellaris.
yeah. It's if this screenshot here doesn't explain what the fuck's going on, then you probably have a little bit more of a standing than I do. There's freaking Tetris pieces all over the place. The Pegasus Expedition is a Stellaris like where you're either going to space war or you're doing space diplomacy. Enjoy. But even still, not a bad set of games. It's just only one game that I'm probably going to grab for myself. maybe 2. I would like to see this with a little bit of uprender on my new computer. But this one helps out. Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish Foundation ensures children with critical illnesses can make their biggest wishes come true, providing them strength, joy, and hope throughout their treatment. This is one of the ones that I've been pushing a lot of money toward. I bought a couple Humble Bundles recently and put a little bit of extra toward the Make-A-Wish, just because I have a little bit of a connection with these guys, and I'm more than happy to help out in that exploit. Quincy,
Justin.
do you know what GDQ stands for?
I want to say I do, but my brain's blanking. GDQ.
GDQ.
Goddamn good quinoa.
Close. Games done quick. So
I like my answer better.
So AGDQ, the awesome games done quick.
I don't think quinoa is done with a Q.
No, it is.
Probably a C. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You that's why I was like close. But speedrunning with awesome GDQ, Have a Nice Death, Ori and the Blind Forest, Sonic Lost World, Shenmue 1 and 2, BPM, bullets per minute, and new Super Lucky's Tale. This one's a bit of a weird one. Condemned, Criminal Origins. To those who don't know,
That's a choice.
Yeah, to those who don't know, this game was hard to acquire on Steam for a little while. So you can get it for very inexpensive. $12 gets you the whole set of these pretty dang good games, save for Shenmue. But you can also watch a very fast speedrun of it with a link right below each of the games. BPM has not done yet. I believe that is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at almost 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So far, I've been watching a few of the AGDQ stuff just on my downtime. Speedrunners are still very fascinating to watch to this day, watching them break maps and just become the most confusing thing you've ever seen before they pop back into reality and beat the game in less than 12 minutes. Ugh. But even still, with $12, get you all 7 of these really cool ones. I heard Sonic Lost World's actually a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Helps out the same thing that the AGDQ is earning money for, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Just basically straightforward, helps get rid of cancer. We like that. Just,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Doop. And last but not least, Marvel Universe novels. Some novels that were written from the in-canon universes, and some of these just have really nice covers. You got everything from the Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars to a couple Guardians of the Galaxies, Iron Man Extremis, Doctor Strange, The Fate of Dreams, which I heard was also a pretty good one. Planet Hulk, which I think you said was a good one. Daredevil, Man Without Fear, I'll probably read.
Yeah, no, you get some pretty good ones in there. So the Secret Wars one is Poseidon first gets the black suit. We see we get to see how strong Hulk fucking really is. He catches a fucking mountain. You know, there's some interesting shit in that. I haven't read the Guardians of the Galaxy one there. To be fair, I haven't read the novelization of Secret Wars either. I've only read the comic book version of Secret Wars. But yeah, I've read the comic version of Planet Hulk, which is pretty good. So novelization of it, I would assume, transfers over pretty well. You know, I mean, these are all probably done really well because you're taking the writing that's already there and then just having to describe things that are done through the imagery of the comic book.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple that
a lot of these also have been done in audio forms. Like there's an audio form of the Secret Wars.
Is there?
Yeah.
I might be able to listen to that on the way to work. But there's a couple that I haven't seen, like adaptation wise, such as Black Panther: Sins of the King and Jessica Jones Playing with Fire. It doesn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, it does not recollect to me. But The Astonishing X-Men, Black Widow, Bad Blood, Thor, Metal Gods, which I kind of really like that cover. Can I get the cover, please?
That's a nice cover.
Ah, you bitch. Try me. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad looking. But all of these for $18, not bad for a whole bunch of novels, and it helps out the Hero Initiative, which helps out the creators who are having a really rough time with either emergency medical aid, financial support for the just getting back on their feet, or getting an avenue back into paying work. Comic book making ain't cheap, and the Hero Initiative basically covers as a middleman to make sure that comic book artists can continue doing their art. Uh, I am very excited, Quincy.
That's good.
We get another open beta test. Not just one more. We're getting two more. So, this one's not going to be opened up to Sony first, luckily. From February 6th to the 9th, as well as February 13th to the 16th, we are getting Monster Hunter Wilds beta. It's still going to be the same exact one, but this one is going to be the crossplay. So now, if you have friends over on the other systems, you'll be able to give them a high five and be able to collaborate and actually have some big fun. They said that the server stress test will be on the first set, and then the second one will be the stable party. So make sure you're playing with friends for the second test. They have all the streaming doodads, all the extra little tidbits, the extra ornaments that you get for being a part of the open beta, and it does roll over into the main game. So if you happen to just want to keep these collected, if you play in the open beta and you purchase it between now and I think it's December, you will still gain these wonderful items. Not bad set, and a cute little weapon charm, but otherwise, can't be mad at free stuff. They did say that there could be something lurking in the shadows. I'm hoping it's yet another new creature.
I feel like there's always something lurking in the shadows. I feel like I'm being watched right now.
Like, we only get one. We only get one major area out of the 7 major areas of Wild. I am beyond excited to see more of these areas when the February release date pops up. But alas, February 6th through the 9th for the first one. That is just going to be their stress test. Don't be mad if you get booted out a lot. They're just trying to accommodate all the players. And then the February 13th through the 16th, grab a friend from either another console or otherwise, because that is what they're going to be testing is party stability. But dude, speaking of free things and being amazing, Quincy, it's no real mystery that I hate Blizzard with a passion right now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody should hate Blizzard until we see Microsoft make changes.
They've made a couple changes, but my main point is you have a 6v6 hero shooter and it's just not fun. Nobody's having fun. You have some okay collaborations now, but it's a little too late. Because right now, we just got our second major patch, and so far everyone's like, oh, okay, these are pretty good and comfortable changes. Wait a minute, people are actually listening to the changes that are needed. NetEase is actually making some of the characters that feel a little wonky a little bit stronger. Cooldown reductions are brought down. Health is increased. Some tweaks with Rocket Raccoon's abilities. But then they said, instead of 1, no. Instead of 2, no. We're going to release 4 characters in the next month. Oh, okay. All characters are going to be free to play. It's just all cosmetics that you're going to be purchasing. But we start off with Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman on January 10th.
I mean, when they say 4 characters, it's kind of where my brain would have gone anyways if I hadn't already known. But I was very excited to see this because I feel like the more we see about this, it's getting us closer to that movie. I just saw that we had an interview with the voice actor for the movie. Well, voice / physical actor for the movie. And so, seeing Fantastic Four pop up and something like this, I'm like, yeah, we're getting closer.
We're just a couple steps away. but they are actually something that, once again, I'm mad at Blizzard on, because Blizzard used to be really good with storytelling. They shoved NetEase, shoved Blizzard out of the way and said, let us do some cooking. So we're going to be getting, for the first ever Battle Pass for this, Season 1, we are going to be getting Dracula, and that is going to intertwine with Moon Knight. And
I know you're here, Dracula, you big fucking nerd. Where's my money?
that's one part. The other one is the hints and props at Blade popping in month 2, which would be February, early March.
Throw in a Werewolf by Night, and you got a good little combo going on here.
I mean, and they're saying that Galactica, the female form of Galactus, is...
I think it's supposed to be his daughter, but I could be wrong.
I think it's just another universal hold that beat Galactus, but I'm not 100% either. They're making a comic based on Rivals, using same art style and everything. And they're kind of mixing it all together with, as said, Dracula, but also, of course, the Fantastic Four's nemesis, Doctor Doom. And he looks fucking cool. Like, I was like, ooh, the Fortnite one looks great, but the Marvel Rivals one looks downright... Oh, God, there's a good word for it, but stoic. I'll leave it at stoic. It looks perfectly stoic. And the characters themselves...
There we go. Galactica, Daughter of Galactus is an out-of-continuity comic one-shot. A celestial parasite within Galactus is revealed to have spawned a daughter, Gala, aka Galactica, who secretly lives on Earth. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So, but that was one version, and so like this new version, because that was a one shot. This new version may get a whole new story. But yeah, I was pretty sure I'd heard something somewhere about her being his daughter.
Okay. Because apparently she has some lines in Snap. Am I wrong in thinking that? Is she in Snap also?
I think she's a variation of the Galactus card. Like it's not its own card. It's a different like artist render, so it does the exact same thing the Galactus card does.
An alt art, alt art then.
Yeah, like an alt art. Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
As far as kits are concerned, Mr. Fantastic is a fantastic duelist. A lot of threat if you know how to play him right. But the Invisible Woman. I have been on a kind of a hiatus away from competitive gaming. I haven't touched COD, nor have I touched Rivals. I think come the 10th, I'm going to pop in and try out the Invisible Woman. Her kit looks so fun and very vibrant and aggressive for a healer. And what Sean said in chat, sinister? Yeah, a little sinister, but there's a further word, something a little bit more deep. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's gone. But even still, I'm happy to see that Marvel Rivals is beating the shit out of Overwatch, and Path of Exile is beating the shit out of Diablo 4. Like, Blizzard does not deserve anything going for them right now. This, however, fantastic. I'm excited to see what comes up next. I'm happy to see the Blade model, but alas, we're not getting Blade soon. We're going to be getting Ultron. Now, if I had said Ultron's coming to the game, what would you think him to be? A tank, a DPS, or a healer?
What's the DPS?
You would say DPS? No, he's a healer.
I said what's the DPS?
Oh, damage per second.
Well, now I know.
Sorry. I thought you meant that as a guess. I'm sorry. But DPS is damage per second, which is like damage.
I wouldn't have guessed him as a healer. I would have guessed tank.
Tank? See, I would have thought tank too, but no, he's healer, and his kit's a little, I don't want to say weird, but early. It is very early, we'll say. Thank you, NetEase, for both kicking out those who are laundering money from you and also fixing your game. Oh boy, Quincy, I just put together a Gunpla model of Gundam Wing.
Nerd.
You're right. The other part of this is, what if I wanted to play a Warhammer-style game? with them. Well, good news. Thanks to Bandai Namco and Sunrise, they said we're going to be making physical full games, full size Spectrum games, and the space battles look really fun. You can have any of the units for either side, whether it's the Federation or I guess a Rebellion. I don't think it has a name when it's any of them, but the little tiny models you can paint. I never really wanted to play this, but painting the models I'm probably gonna do. These models look
Painting
really.
the models red. Painting the models red.
You want some pictures? Yeah, I can take a picture real quick while we talk about this next thing. Badoop. Dead by Daylight is getting a really strong collaboration. And I gotta say, the art style that they used to do this entire trailer, I can't show any of it because it's got a lot of blood, but go look up.
It's
Yeah, it's uncomfortable looking, but this thing of the dredge, the skin of the dredge looks so goddamn good. The other two that I can't show, there's a couple others as well, but it makes me want to play Dead by Daylight. But I know I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna like it. I know I'm not gonna.
It's
like
a good
gameplay.
game.
It is a good game. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I don't like playing as the survivors. I don't want to play as the
I
survivors.
mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, but then I have to wait for like the 60-hour queue times.
I have not had that very many issues getting queue times by choosing only killer. More than anything, what I have issues with is getting the damn players to ready up and start the damn game.
All right, I'm gonna throw this on the Discord, and remember, if you guys aren't a part of the Discord, go ahead and check down the link in the description, and you'll be seeing these in a minute. Bop, bop, bop. There we go. My prototype, my regular model, and then the Wing Zero perfection unit. Oh, his hand's not touching the gun. I'll fix that later.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Smack the mic.
I
do that.
built a real grade. Ooh. I don't. I. It's bad enough I've done one master and a couple high grades. I don't think I'm ready for real grade or perfect grades yet. Those seem like they would be a little bit more too difficult for me.
But I struggled putting together that non-Lego Spyro that came with the pre-order of the game.
Yeah, I found it weird that they didn't get a handshake from Lego, considering it was just going to be a gimme anyways. But
I think it was a bitch to play. Not play, put together.
Yeah, because they're a little smaller, right?
Yeah, and they just really don't stick together very well. And then the instructions are not in English, so.
Where can I? Let's see. Where can I post up without getting too? Okay, I can do the face. We can do the face. So the trickster with nails popping out of them, very similar to the party. There's a Junji Ito comic, I guess, a graphic novel called The Party.
Oh, yeah.
Mangaka, yeah, called The Party, and this is very reminiscent of it. And I was like, damn, Dead by Daylight really takes care of their collaborations. I've noticed, because when Wesker popped in, they took care of Wesker. When
the money is in the details.
yeah, I guess. And frankly, I'm very happy that they do all this. I am very curious if they're going to do another dating sim though. But actually, I'm not going to click that just yet. Quincy, you like
Justin.
You like graphics cards?
Graphics cards?
Yeah.
I accept that they are a necessary evil in the world of gaming.
Okay. What if I told you it's now getting a little bit easier to get high grade for not that expensive now?
You tell me this every time we get one of these big updates, and every time I'm like, okay, I hope it ends up being true, it ends up being doable, and I've yet to truly see it at the level I would want. That being said, I will continue to be hopeful, and so you saying it now, then awesome. I hope it's true. I hope this actually happens, and isn't just more fluff from the companies that are like getting us excited. Then they go
Okay,
and they release it. We're like, oh, it's no different.
that's fair. Okay, how much would you spend for a quote unquote top of the line PC? Gen Chat.
See, that's difficult. That's difficult. Um, like
Did I put it in Gen Chat?
so, as I haven't bought a gaming PC ever, and so for me, it
Gen Chat.
has to be like I understand it'll be more expensive than buying an Xbox or PlayStation. Um, especially because it's going to offer me things that those don't offer.
Okay.
So I want to say I'd tap out at like 7, but asking me to spend $700 on something is really difficult.
Okay. 700 is a little low for
That's what I figured.
top of the line.
Yeah.
So, CES is going on right now. Still going on right now. And fantastic displays all across the board. We'll be talking in a moment about the things that have popped up, but during the Nvidia, just a whole lot of jargon words was thrown around. We're going back to Blackwell, which is a radiator that looks like a black mesh, I guess you can call it. And what it does is it breathes comfortable air. It doesn't overheat, etc., etc. Cool. NVIDIA Cosmos, the AI-driven ability to run a game at ultimate low, at the lowest it could possibly be, but the graphics card picks it up and makes it look 4K, ray tracing, etc. To which I scratch my chin and I go, okay, so you don't need something that's CPU dependent when the GPU picks up the entire slack. Cool. So I began to kind of relevate and look at all the keynotes. This thing went on for about 40-ish minutes, and this one had a bigger audience than the AMD. Oh, 90 minutes. Well, I only paid attention to 40 of them. So we're just gonna go ahead and hit the prices immediately for the RTX 5070, which is the same as a RTX 4090. Now, once again, a lot of jargon. $550 for something that I could call very top of the line. If you went with the 5070, you are good for 9 years, give or take.
Okay.
You buy a RTX 5070 Ti, which is the topped out version, it goes for another $200 more for $749. It adds in something that is very interesting, which is their AI tops, their AI operations per second. Now you might be like, well, that's still a little bit of jargon. Wait, did you say AI? Yes. So remember when I said you take something from low and the graphics card takes it to high? Well, the AI tops is what's fixing that. So
I want to be able to go at least a month without hearing the word AI.
sadly, that was kind of one of the big keywords at
Of course it was. Of fucking
CES.
course it was.
But good news, I watched a few of the side by sides. I watched the RTX 4090 versus the RTX 5090, and I gotta say, the 5090, sure, it's $2,000 for the 5090, but I was perplexed at how crispy Cyberpunk 2077 looked. It looked so damn crispy. Even through a YouTube video, through the YouTube compression, I was like, God damn, that's a clean ass fucking. Like, I'm playing with a little bit of ray tracing on, and I'm like, ooh, this is really nice looking. No, the 5090, sweating.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know what ray tracing means.
So ray tracing, a guiding light. Let's say the sun is shining down on a building, and it showcases a shadow. Well, in that
Okay.
shadow, there can still be lights that are bouncing off of it, or like a vending machine that's giving off light. What that one does
Okay.
is it is either decomposed from the light that's hitting it, or it is adjusted from the shadow. So it basically adds a little bit more of texture to light.
Gotcha.
And being able to fix those with these new AI tops, it also attaches to the ray tracing thing, because they were talking about, yet another jargon word, what the fuck are the letters? Hang on a second, I gotta find what those letters are called.
WWF, World Wildlife Foundation.
That's a good one, but no. Shit.
Shield, Strategic Homeland. I know this.
I'm glad you do. I don't remember it.
Oh my god, no, I know this. Strategic Homeland. What is he? Fucking eye.
Here we go. Okay.
I don't remember.
So, the DLSS 4. What it is it is something that makes games just play better, because the GPU is what is, of course, taking over. So when your CPU is start going, I can't play this game, I'm not meant for gaming, he just rubs his forehead and, begins to panic. Good news, the DLSS, mine has DLSS 2 for the multi-frame generation. That's why Cyberpunk just runs so fucking good on it. And I was like, okay, this is great. I like this. So far, only 75 games and apps have support for the multi-frame generation, including YouTube, Netflix, Max, Cyberpunk, Witcher, Risk of Rain 2, list goes on. But looking at the 5090 and hitting 240 frames, 4K, full ray trace, it's something to kind of, rub your chin, because when you're looking at this, you obviously don't see too much. You don't see any difference between these pictures. However, the latency between the frames is what you definitely see. This is where I'm at with the LSS2 and 70 frames a second. That sounds right. But when you start adding in more texture mapping, more multi-frame generation.
Real quick. Chat's trying to help figure out the shield thing. We have Strategic Homeland Investigation and Defense. You're missing the L. And I think it's actually Intervention. Strategic Homeland Intervention, something Logistics Division.
Oh.
But I know it changed, because I think at one point I was International.
International?
Yeah, because the E used to be Espionage.
Oh.
But it's not espionage anymore. It's something else. Shield's been different, but I think currently it's Strategic Homeland Intervention something Logistics Division.
Oh.
Let's look it up.
Go right ahead. While you're looking it up, I have the 40 series, so I'm allowed as I said, the early access of the DLSS frame generation, but I do not have the multi-frame generation.
Here we go.
Nope.
Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. It's also been Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it was a Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistics Direction, so it's been espionage for a bit. And currently used in the MCU is Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics. So Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcements and Logistics. Do not ask me what the fuck SWORD is, because I've never known SWORD.
I've also never known SWORD. So
let's see real quick while we're doing this, because might as well, right? We're here.
I'm just gonna keep this open, because this is the best way I can kind of explain it on how to really paint through.
Sentient Worlds Observation and Response Department.
Huh.
W also used to stand for weapons at one point.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Back to ray tracing and frames and all that.
I'm going to condense this down, because this is I could go on about this for hours and hours, but I don't want to do that. So, in order to get these multi-frame generations and all the AI allowances to basically take a jagged pixel mess and kind of sharpen it up, make it look better, even if you took, I believe it was Cyberpunk 2077 on medium, no low ray tracing and everything, and they basically allowed the GTX or RTX 5090 to upscale it, and said, let the GPU do it.
Let it cook.
Let it cook. And it got a little roasty toasty. Don't get me wrong, it's still at the end of the day a graphics card. But it then says, here's the first frame of really good looking stuff. Guess what? We're going to generate a couple extra frames and kind of mesh them together. And I'm like, okay. Then they said this will play even during editing of videos. So that way, if you want to add this new frame generation, you can allow your GPU to handle the burden of cleaning up your videos. They're saying GPUs can be now handled for CPU intensive things. And I scratched my chin and I said, interesting. So I can run a third generation, old school, an i7 third gen, long time ago, has no fucking power. If I put this GPU into it, sure, it's going to bottleneck like a motherfucker, but I'm going to be getting still 100 frames in a video game that should not be running on it.
Okay.
At least that's the simple of what I can figure out with this. Now, whether or not the motherboard will allow it, well...
So, what you're telling me is, ray tracing is very pretty, but not necessary.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It adds a lot, but it's not like if you can't do ray tracing, it's going to break your game.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Cool.
You don't need it, but it is nice.
But thank you for the explanation, because it's one of those things where it's like, I hear ray tracing, people are like, it's got ray tracing. I'm like, awesome! I think, because I don't know what the fuck that means.
And they basically said 4K gaming is what this thing is meant for.
I still don't own a 4K TV.
Yeah, they've gone down a little bit in price, $149 for a pretty good 27 inch.
There's a 4K 60-inch sitting at Wally World for under $4.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Roku.
I mean, you're just gonna be plugging in a fucking HDMI into it.
Pretty much. So, and it's one of those things where I sit there and go, maybe. Because I go to if I go to Costco, I see the prices of the TVs there. I'm like, why are they so fucking expensive here?
Why are they?
Best Buy, same thing. They're very expensive at Best Buy. I don't like ordering TVs online because I'm worried about them showing up in one piece.
That's fair too. So here's just a last thing for this little portion of it. They're 4K 240 hertz gaming with the RTX 5090 and the DLSS4, which is the frame generation. They say you get up to 8.2 times the standard in 4K, and then you begin to move up. Black Myth Wukong 8 times. Cyberpunk 2077 7.8 times. Frostpunk 2 5 times. Hitman World of Assassination 4.7 times what normal 4060 can do. I said, okay, so we're seeing huge numbers. We are not getting like 2 times. No. We are getting 4 times, 5 times, 7 times what my graphics card can do right now, because of the new DLSS super resolution and the ray reconstruction and the frame generation. So this technology is building very quickly, and it is looking mighty fine. It adds a little bit more. Let me blow this up to. Let me go to YouTube real quick and go to 4K. So you can see that there is texture on the super resolution with the new mod pack. You can now see that the bottom of it has like this leather-ish, while over here it just looks like a texture. So it is doing better for the new generation. But if we back up to before the zoom in, you can actually see a little bit more of their hair follicles. You can see a bit more of the detail on the bow, a little bit more on the awning of the trees.
Here's my thing.
Yes.
I'm not arguing that there's not an obvious difference. There is an obvious difference. Mm-hmm. It looks fucking gorgeous. Mm-hmm. The left side does not look bad.
No. I'm not saying that.
You give me the left side, and I am very happy with it. So it's one of those things when people go, oh, for hundreds of dollars more, you could have what's on the right. I just sit there and go, that's not worth hundreds of dollars more to me.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just, oh, hey, I put a new card in my computer. It's I put a new card in my computer. I bought a new monitor. I'm buying the new version of the game.
Okay.
So on and so forth. And, it's just one of those things where I just sit there and go, it's like Chatch said, it's like an already gorgeous girl. Like, you look great both ways. It's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
Now, them making these more affordable is great.
Yeah.
That is a huge difference right there. So seeing the pouches. The pouches is a massive difference. You can see all the details on the pouch. Them making these is cheaper is great because it makes me sit there and go, okay, there's a higher chance of me actually buying the upper end gear because you're fixing the price on it. I expect things that are better to cost more. I'm not, naive. I just want it to be a fair price. And a lot of these things, the prices are so wild.
Okay, well, good news. You could, without the frame generation, you could still have the picture on the left for $550 for something that'll still last you a good 9 or so years. I know the price tag's still...
axle for my car that costs less than that.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not saying it's like it's a no. It's just that it's one of those wild things when you sit there and go, it's not necessary.
Okay.
Yet it costs so much. Like, that's the crazy thing to wrap my brain. Okay. Is like a necessity being this expensive. You know what I mean?
That is super fair. The other little tiny tidbit is they've upgraded the 40 series, like myself, to allow for super resolutions, an attempt at their ray reconstruction. It's just a whole lot of beta stuff that they threw at me. I haven't tried any of it out yet. I'm still on two driver updates behind, but it's just because I'm not ready for all of this yet. Mm-hmm. All the games I'm playing still look really good, but for $550, sure, that seems a little bit much. With the new generation coming out, the old generation usually gets run through to a sense. So good news, you could still purchase probably a 4090 in probably by June. $300? Does that sound a little bit better?
I mean, it's better. It's still a lot of money, but it's better.
Okay. Good news, you could buy a external PCIe port that plugs into a USB 3.0. Plug in the $300 4090, which will probably last you a good 8 years. And then bada bing, bada boom, that little tiny supercomputer you got now has a graphics card attached to it that runs any game needed through it. And good news, it's not straight attached to the motherboard. So it's an option for later.
Yeah, so this is something we're going to have to talk about off cast, because I want to know what exactly I can do to this thing, since it is a mini computer, how much and what can be plugged in outside of it. So that'll definitely be a conversation for offcast one of these days.
That's fair. Other than that, they were talking about robotics. They want to fill up workstations, other model areas full of robotics, and they want a lot of robots to kind of handle the heavy lifting, lack of better words. They want them to be able to handle an entire warehouse on their own. They want autonomous vehicles because they are doing a small handshake with Toyota. And we're already kind of in the lean of self-driving cars that still need human interaction in order to make sure that it handles itself correctly. I saw a couple of the self-driving vehicles not too long ago, and I said, those are interesting, but
the self-driving car thing worries me, because we just already have so many people like getting in crashes and stuff like that, and it's not just the cars, it's the people involved and whatnot. And it's just one of those things where I sit there and go, I think we just Brightstone cars.
I mean,
let's build up public transit a little bit more and get people off the road.
So, I mean, if you want my opinion on it, if all cars are smart cars, you're not getting any accidents at all.
Right, but that all cars being smart cars ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Purely from people who refuse to let go of their cars.
That
You
is,
know what I mean?
what if you can upgrade them?
And then you're always gonna have people who are like, no, I want
No, I don't.
classics,
I
so on and
don't.
so forth.
I don't want no synthesized vehicle.
Yeah, I don't trust a robot.
Other than that, they basically.
Plus, I mean, that's how we get Skynet. So.
Or Night City.
Yeah.
But other than that, they are saying the RTX 50 series is also coming into the laptops. Those are a little bit more pricey, but you're getting the full laptop that goes with those. There was rumors on the CES floor that the 5080 laptop can be used for data mining or Bitcoin mining or any sort of high intensive GPU style thing. The only downside with it is, as Sean said in the chat before, you might as well cook an egg on that son of a bitch. It gets hot.
That's why you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, put it in the freezer while it's doing its mining.
Yeah.
They were doing the Isaac Groot blueprint for synthetic motion generation. So this is what they're wanting their robotic fleet to hold the personal AI supercomputer inside of a factory that will kind of self-contain itself. And it seems fine. I didn't get too far into listening on that one. I was busy listening to the GPUs, the CPUs, the whatever they're wanting to put together. The physical AI with Cosmos, which is a model platform, describing it as a game changer for robotics and industrial AI. You sent me a video talking a little bit about how the NVIDIA Cosmos can kind of work, where the GPU can also handle the intensity of streaming.
Yeah, so I liked the concept of being able to split up the streamings and being able to use it to focus on things. It was the, weird AI assistant that they threw in there whose face looked a little lopsided where I went,
I'm sure you can.
Not like that part.
I'm sure you can change that model with another rig, but having an AI.
I just don't need the full blown AI dude talk. Like, until AI is like Jarvis and not, just a way of people like costing people jobs, like, I'm going to be very iffy on AI.
So, yes, you will always need an editor if you are doing anything that involves Twitch or YouTube. Getting an editor may be a smart idea. However, having something where you're like, hey, clip that, and the AI goes, okay, it's going to be uploaded on your Twitch. I have the perfect thing. All you need to do is just confirm it. That would save so much time.
Yeah, but we already have clip shortcuts on keyboards.
We do. I can do that right now. But the point in case is, if I'm knee deep in a game and I don't want to look at timestamps, I don't want to have to do the shortcut, I don't want to pause. I now have someone doing that for me. So it's a positive, but I concur with you. It was a bit weird of the model and the generative AI. I wasn't mad that he was giving the fucking player some shit by being like, yeah, you fucking suck. Do better. And I was like, okay, I wouldn't mind having a conversation, I guess. But voice gotta go, model gotta go. Hopefully everything kind of fixes itself up. Other than that, they had an okay conference. AMD, about the same. Nothing really too spectacular from AMD. They talked about their CPU stuff. The new Threadrippers, the new 7400G something or other. It just seems like they are pushing the envelope, yes, but not as fast or as quick as NVIDIA right now. These new AI things, as much as you don't want to hear it, AI seems to be doing a little bit more toward focused work. And I can't be that mad. The GPUs look fan-fucking-tastic.
Like, AI computing things that our brains can't compute fast enough and stuff like that, I'm fine with. It's when they sit there and they go, oh, instead of hiring, we're just going to have AI do it, is that I get pissed off.
Yeah. But Do you want to speak to a $175,000 robot?
Not really.
So, watching the little bit of a video, Aria, a robot with 17 motors driving her facial expressions and AI powering her more emotional conversations. Watching the video on this, nah, you can keep it. 175K for nightmare fuel? Nah. Also, it was very jarring sometimes. It looked very Chuck E. Cheese animatronic at times. Um, it there is a soft spot for having the AI robot doing its thing, but then at the same time, I'm like, yeah, no, it's jarring. It's a little pull the collar and pull the plug. It's fine. It seems to be a conversation piece because you can also get the non-walking or rolling model for $150,000. To which I gotta say,
I'm good.
I don't want any of that. So you can have fun. I'm glad this was on the floor though. I wouldn't have minded having a conversation with it just the once, but not too much.
Here's my question: how long before it goes the way of the other two little companion robots? That little square one, and then the got shut down before they go. Oh, there's no money in this. We're pulling support on it, and now you're. How much was it again?
This one?
Yeah.
175.
Okay. Your 175K robot is no longer connected and working.
Yeah, no.
Have fun with that. Because that's the thing. We just had that. Who's that little robot? Robot companion shut down.
I mean, there's a bunch of those now. Thinking about it.
Moxie just got closed.
Okay.
That was an $800 robot.
Yeah, there was another robot company that went the way of building smaller like Android devices. I don't remember their name, but I concur. There's a few AI / communication robots that.
And then Consumer Robotics. They had the little square dude. What was his name? Anki, something like that. He got shut down.
Yeah.
Because again, they just realized, after people buy our stupidly overpriced robot thing, they don't want to pay a membership for it.
Mm-mm.
There's no money in keeping the servers running. We're gonna have to shut them down.
Yep.
And so then that's what happens. And so you end up, with this big piece of machinery that you paid money for. I can only imagine buying a $175,000 robot, who was also slightly terrifying. And then they just shut it down because, after someone buys it, there's no money.
And Socks in chat really puts it pretty on point. A Temu version of Gwyneth Paltrow.
I mean, like goop and all.
I'm all right. It's got facial expressions too. So if you want to go look up the video, Realbotics, RealBotix. Have fun looking at that nightmare.
Let me just put it this way: you don't want to go look up the video.
I didn't even want to show Quincy the video. Like it's not an attractive thing. But doop. This is the top 25 things that they caught up from CNET. Thank you, CNET, for having this article well organized. A Roomba that's, a regular Roomba, but it has an arm to pick up socks. Quincy and I both have a problem. Just put your socks in the hamper. You don't need this robot. However, the chassis does look a lot more all together because it also has a dock that seems to empty it out as well as refill its water so it can clean the floors with a mopping.
Which already exists, though.
Huh?
A mopping Roomba already exists.
Right, but I'm saying that they can pick up the tools or the cables that it would...
Yeah, okay, I get that. Okay, adding an arm to my Roomba so it can move shit so that it can clean better. I can get behind that. But this thing, the concept of people who are too lazy to put their laundry in their laundry basket,
yeah.
it's just...
It's a little bit much, yeah.
It's not even. It would be different if they were advertising this thing as it's an assistant bot for disabled people. People drop things, they can't reach things. Not everything can be stored up high. This thing can hand it to you. That would have been different. But they went for this thing picks up your dirty socks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much their whole entire thing. It said later this year, and this is the prototype model, but it looks pretty good comparative. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe $600, $700 for it, and I don't think anyone's really going to buy it. How about...
I feel like it's gonna be more than that. The average Roomba is ranging like $200 to $300.
We only paid 100 and something for ours.
Did you get a Roomba or did you get an off-brand?
An off-brand that does better. It does mopping.
Exactly. But look, I Roomba through iRobot $169.99, $159.99, $599.
Ew.
$599, $169.99, $249.99, and these are all Roomba.
Yeah, fuck that.
Roomba brand, but they're gonna try to be the next one.
What's the robot?
I don't know.
What's the name of the robot that feeds gamers?
Hot Pocket.
Yeah, it's pretty much a hot pocket. Throw it in the microwave for a little
What's
bit.
the noodle company?
Maruchan.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'd fuck with Maruchan. But keep in mind, we've been, just attach a knife to a couple Roombas and they'll get it clean while also having a little bit of entertainment, So an indoor garden, a smart indoor garden. I'm a little bit confused by this. Like, I understand.
I'm confused by a lot of things.
Like, it's fine. It's an idea. It's $500 and it holds up to 15 plants and it allows you to put produce into it and it stays fresh in it.
No, this I like. This is cool.
This is pretty interesting. $500 worth,
because
though.
Especially because a lot of people are sitting here going, oh well, just put a box garden up or plant in your yard. People who are living 20 floors up in a high rise aren't putting a box garden out their window. Their window probably doesn't even open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He calls it the Hum Hum? Well, sadly it's... Oh, here we go. The Hum Hum chicken nugget device?
Oh. Okay. Again, they advertise this as this is going to feed gamers. I looked at this and went, this could help with people who have disabilities that can't lift their arms.
How do you snack mid-game in a world where pausing mid-game can mean the difference between
God.
victory and defeat?
It's got...
And it's done by Heinz.
Logo.
It's almost as weird as the pizza warmer that you put on top of your PlayStation or Xbox.
I don't know. That made me laugh because I sat there and went, that wasn't PlayStation going, we're clever. That's Pizza Hut laughing at how fucking hot the PlayStation gets.
Yeah. I mean, my Xbox got a little warm when I was playing COD the other day. But before my break, it was getting a little roasty toasty in my room. But point still stands. This is a bit much. Where is the other one? There we go. As for the $500 indoor garden, sure, fine. Not my cup of tea.
$500 is a lot. There's already things that do something similar. Show me why this one's $500. I mean,
it's self-cleaning.
You're still gonna empty something. You know what I mean? Like,
that's fair.
So show me where the $500 goes, and we can talk. But as of right now, I'm like, eh.
So one of the more expensive things, however, very useful, a smart lawnmower.
This is a horror movie waiting to happen.
This definitely does feel like a horror movie waiting to happen. However, it's very easy to disable it just by lifting up the sides of its entire body and flipping it onto its back.
It's like a turtle.
It is pretty much like a turtle because it has tank treads. It can't do anything if it's on its... Okay. $3,000 for a Lymow, Lymow, 1, O-N-E. And
$3,000.
$3,000 that chops up grass and throws it straight down.
Sock's got a point. I feel like it'll eat a rock and die.
So apparently it does a sweeping motion first to get rocks out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has like a little sweeper here that kind of pushes things.
You got to bring that price down.
I mean, for an automated robotic lawnmower, for people who don't want to do lawn mowing, $3,000 seems like it's pretty fair. And I believe it just dumps out everything. It just dumps it all out, so it doesn't need
So
to empty. It
I'm
just
looking
goes
at
back to the base.
I can get a riding mower as low as like
How much?
1,800 for a riding mower.
Okay.
You take that, you take a couple sensors and a Raspberry Pi in an afternoon with a YouTube video, and I feel like you can build the rest of this thing.
I'm pretty sure you could too, but that one will definitely be the horror movie.
That's definitely a horror movie thing. I'm just saying, a riding mower is much bigger, would get it done a lot faster, and is almost a third the price.
Yeah.
Again, show me where the $3,000 is on. I'm not saying this one's a bad idea, but show me. Yeah, $4,000 my ass. I'm looking at one right now for 18.
Yeah.
Like you're fudging these prices.
Oh yeah, and also if you purchase this on Kickstarter, which it's still on Kickstarter, I think it is only $1,899 for.
You save $1,100 by going to Kickstarter. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, early bird special. And then so
if people steal delivery bots, this thing is gonna be fighting a Roomba with a knife taped to it in an alley in 3 seconds.
yeah, and a lawn service better not fucking cost $10,000.
Yeah, no, lawn service is not costing $10,000. What size yards are these based off of? I want to know. Go back up. Wait. What does it cost to maintain a 0.25 acre lawn
Over 5 years? Okay.
Well, then your price is really wrong on the ride-on, because the ride-on is going to cost you at least 18 just to buy it the first time around, and then 5 years of gas and maintenance. You know how they'll start making money on Kickstarter so that the price differs is pure greed. Yeah. So here's my thing. This is for rich-ass, old-ass white guys.
That can't sit on their sit-down mower anymore.
Like this is for elite rich white people who have yards that are bigger than you really place.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
this one's a pass for me. This is definitely a pass for me.
it is interesting, but it's also a pass for me too.
So far, most of the CES things, it does good work. It's just $3,000.
Yeah.
Most of these CES things.
People.
Although, did you see the battery thing?
People. It's just... Okay.
See, it knows that we're people. It knows.
But you were saying, I'm sorry, before I got caught off by people.
The loop is killing me.
There, gone forever now.
There's a battery thing I sent you. I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but it's this thing that is at CES that someone developed, and you drop batteries in, and it's got 4 slots at the top, and the AA's and whatnot roll into it, and it scans them and checks them, and if they can be recharged, it recharges at the bottom. If they can't be recharged, it dispenses it into another thing. So get rid of these ones. These ones can't be recharged. It's actually a really good concept. We just need to get more things around that will recycle batteries. That was like one of the first things I saw. So I went, I could see buying that. It's like this nice little orange tower thing. Chat, Sean says, no, if it's grass seed, fertilizer, and weeds, then maybe. Yeah, you start throwing things like that in. I feel like the weed thing would be a little difficult, but you could easily get this thing to, dispense grass seed and fertilizer. And you're getting a little bit closer to that $3,000.
I don't know if it'll do all that, but it does have the treads that allow it to cross over places while you're setting your boundaries. It knows people, so it'll mulch them too.
April.
And it says April. Okay, if you could product all of this by April, all right, have fun. Next up,
Yeah.
something that plant owners would really enjoy, a smart planter that showcases whether or not the plants are getting enough light, needing someone just to talk to, or needing just more water in general. It sends app reminders, thankfully, so that way you can water these plants. It has an automated watering basin down at the very bottom, along with the... I think the battery is not submerged, but kind of encased within the bottom of it,
Right.
so that way it can be all in one. They're not bad looking. They're very simplistic. I ain't got much of a problem with this. How much is it?
I mean, having a thing that reminds you to water, it doesn't need extra stuff because then you just go and you grab a thing and you water your plant real quick.
Yeah. It's just very
You know
simple.
what I mean?
But we do not have a price tag on it. A bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not straying away from that. All right. The RoboVac that uses AI to detect spills. I'm not going to show you the price tag if you haven't seen it already.
I haven't, but this looks a lot like one of the Roomba ones. They've got a tank like this, so this one just detects when you spill shit.
This is like if you drop something, it'll be like, "Okay, I'm coming," and then go and clean it up.
Okay. It has the Bounty commercial reaction.
Kind of. The
No.
other thing is this is done by Eureka, the vacuum company.
Okay.
So how much do you think this is?
I'm gonna go $2,000.
Okay, not as bad. 1,300.
Okay.
The Eureka J15 Max Ultra can detect
I mean,
spills.
it's literally everything that's already available through iRobots on one of their Roombas, except for the detecting spill part. Although, depending on what you spill, do you really want a robot running underneath your feet while you're in the middle of a panic mode?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You know what I mean?
I played Dance Dance Revolution. I know what's up.
Pretty good too. Yeah, that's a bit of a rough sell for me on that one too.
Well, do you like lava lamps?
I like lava lamps.
How about one of
Did you see a
the?
video about the company that's using lava lamps for security?
Hmm.
No,
Mm-mm.
you didn't see that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to go and find it and send it to you again. It was on TikTok.
Okay. But Govee, Govee, a popular, I don't want to say lesser brand, but one that was doing a lot of very inexpensive tech, now has a Bluetooth speaker that apparently sounds really good. And up at the very top, they have a light show showcasing very similar to a lava lamp. And no price tag. It has JBL speakers, so you know it's good.
I mean, it's cool. There's what's that price above that? Is that for a different item?
Yeah, it's for a different item. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool. I like it. It's fun. Like this is already something that's kind of out there, but not necessarily in this format. You know, once we can talk prices, I can say more. But I can tell you right now, back to me, and the lamp is $300. Throw the lamp at them.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have very much of anything. However, Govee does do these really nice pixel things. I know you're really gonna like this when it pops up on screen for you. They do.
Those are cool. Kind of like their light bright.
Yeah, very similar to Light Bright. But the Pixel Light is like their whole thing. They have cyberpunk style etching light that you can put on corners or door frames, and I'm like, those are super fucking cool. Not the $800 price tag for a pack of 6 though. Govee is both very expensive or inexpensive depending on what piece of technology you're getting. The legs robot that can go upstairs, nah, you can keep it.
Okay, so again, look at the tank in the back. Look at the shape of this. This is the exact same robot again.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
It's just that it comes with a slightly different feature than the other ones.
Yeah, they just said, here's our engineering for putting legs on it. How would you like to give...
Chat asked us what the odds are that something comes out in June after saying I love rainbows.
Oh, this? I believe it said it's going to be... It doesn't say. It just says to talk about all... Oh, here we go. The Tablet Lamp 2 Pro in the second quarter of 2025. And the Pixel Light, too. So second half. So the second quarter. So before June. At least we hope so. But all right. How would you like to automatically give your cat clean water?
Okay, I saw something similar to this and I fucking hated it. So talk to me about this one, how this one works. Show me, because I absolutely hated the fucking other one I saw. It was extremely wasteful, very weird, and very unnecessary.
So it is UVC antibacterial light with a 4-layer filtration system, one of which being
Okay.
plain Jane charcoal. We pour water in it, put the lid on, let it run its thing for I think it is 15 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
It gets rid of everything at the bottom, which is a replaceable slash reusable filter. You take it out, clean it, rinse it, so on and so forth, put it back in. It then you do it one more time, just in case, and boom, it then becomes a drinking fountain for your cat. Clean.
Okay,
Neat
I can
water.
get behind this. Yeah, because I have a fountain for the cats, which actually just died, so I need to buy them a new one that filtered it through a filter system.
Okay.
I like that. The new one I'm seeing everywhere that I'm like, this is stupid. It's you take a tank full of water that's already clean, you hook it up. It dispenses the water into a little bowl the cats drink from, and then once it decides, oh, this is dirty, it tilts the bowl, dumping it into a different
Wasting it.
reservoir at the bottom,
I mean,
turns the bowl back over, fills it up, then you take that reservoir at the bottom when that reservoir gets full, pull it out, and dump it.
dirty water is still something to think about when it.
Right, but things like this or things like the filter I have is constantly moving the water and refiltering it
Yeah.
and pulling that dirt and stuff out.
Hmm.
Because it's not like the cats are actually putting anything in the water. Like they're getting hair and dust and whatnot. That's getting pulled out by the filter. And I like this way more than the dumpy, because the dumpy pot just felt like it was wasting water.
Gotcha. $90.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, available for pre-order and will ship in March.
They dropped this to 60 and I'd buy it. 70, I'd think about it.
Oh, on sale for 90. Okay. It's $100 normal price.
Okay. Chat says to me, I'm still filling it the same way I would filling a bowl. And like in this case, and in the case of the fountains I have, you're just dumping the water in, and then it goes through it, and it's cleaning it up, so it's better than the tap water you're already giving them, and it's pulling out anything that the cat's getting in there versus a bowl. The other thing is with a bowl, especially because you got a dog versus me having cats. Cats are notoriously bad about drinking their water. Dogs tend to fucking drink the whole damn bowl quick as shit. Yeah, stagnant water is a bad thing, and so having something that's going to be moving the water is really good.
A full week of fresh water, no compromise. Interesting. 1,700 milliliters of capacity food grade plastic tank and 7+ days of worry-free hydration. And then ceramic basin for cleaner sips so you can pour the water out for your cats. Huh. Oh, on top of, and it dispenses on top. Interesting. And then it seals itself back out through here. Interesting. I thought it had just the top and it just kept coming through the top.
Yeah, so the way the one I have is regular kind of squishy filter in the bottom that it pumps water through, and then the water fountain's out the top, and then as it flows down, it flows through a filter a lot like this.
Right.
So then when it re-enters the reservoir again, anything the cats have put in at the top doesn't actually make it to the reservoir at the bottom.
Right. Oh, and a rechargeable 2,600 milliamp hour battery. So 20 days of water.
I would like, one with a rechargeable battery. I guess that does this a little bit, because the one I have has to be plugged in, and that's just repeatedly been. What is with the AI cat chewing on a fucking cable?
I guess so that way they're not actually chewing on a cable, because chew-proof, durable, protective cable coating for extra safety. But this
You could have just said that. You didn't have to give me this weird ass fucking cat. I don't like this thing's fucking paws. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's like it's wearing a fucking doctor's glove.
It is. And then this one looks like it's going, the water again. Motion sensor adjusts the flow, saving energy and serving water only when they're close. This is very interesting for 90 bucks. Oh, and
That is kind of cool.
it's also very quiet.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Socks, you say cat is just going to drink out of the pipe. Anyways, my cats don't go outside. They have no hair. They would get sunburned, and I live in a place with coyotes.
Coyotes don't come this far inland.
Say that. You say that, but you forget I live by a big chunk of undeveloped desert still.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I have seen foxes walking through neighborhoods near here. Which, foxes ain't dangerous, but if there's a fox, coyote ain't far either.
Yeah, because coyote will fuck anything up.
Dingo will eat your cat.
Yes, sir. All right, time to have a nice drink or meat or grapes. So Anchor, the power company, I guess is the best way to put it, because they do power banks, they do cables. They now want to have a on-the-go cooler, and I'm gonna be quite frank with it. This thing can hit. They said it can hit super cold, like ice. So okay. So there's a lot of different sizes with them. You know what? Let's go see what the cost of this stuff is. Come on, Anchor, show us what you got. Boy, where's the price? Nope. Just show us the price. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
After we look at the price, let's go back and look at the amenities, because if the price isn't too wild, because I am a little curious about the concept, having a brother who's a truck.
So aside from that, it also has a power bank that you could just plug things into. So this thing also is a giant detachable
and
battery.
that's cool.
I don't. Oh, that's what's slowing me down. Is this fucking thing? God. Shop now. We're just gonna hit the shop now and hope that it. Uh oh.
Did their website just break you?
I think it broke everything.
I mean, you're still coming through, so the stream's still here. I can see you moving around.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, sorry about the spoiler. It just went over to it, and
Okay.
my GPU just said, "What the fuck was it?"
Okay, maybe don't shop from this company just because their website's gonna break your shit.
Right? So,
apparently they're sold out though.
They are sold out. However, you're supposed to let me know about the price, you fuck ass. So, aside from that, it also has, they give up little tiny solar generators that can attach to the side, so you can use this out and about. But this is
great.
Which is great, but how much is this one? Okay, so for the biggest one, the Portable Cooler 50, which is the 299 watt hours, not milliwatt, watt hours, battery powered cooler, dual zone design, so you have your fridge and freezer. The 100 watt solar input. It is ice free, so it will never have any ice on the sides. Gets to -4 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or -20 to 20°C. It has the easy toe design with the tires. That's not bad. $949. That's not too crazy, considering this thing is also an external battery source.
Right. Well, there's a lot going on here for that price.
You're right. Can I, I wish you would have showed the fucking price tag. Okay, so it's pretty much the same specs, just it's bigger. So, and it has a lesser duration time. It has only 27 hours of cooling, while the smallest, the Cooler 30, has 42 hours of cooling. Smaller capacity, yeah, but... It is very interesting, but yeah, no, not worth $1,000. What do you think, Hugh?
Yeah, a thousand's a little rough. I feel like there's other things on the market that are doing something very similar. I'd have to do a lot of price comparisons if I was in the market.
Last year, Yeti. Yeti did something.
Yeti had something like this, yeah.
And it was fine. I think it was like $900 as well, but it was big. It was a big boy. But it also didn't have an external battery. It was all just this.
Yeah.
This has a cutting board. This has disposable wheels. It has an external battery. So this has a few extra little tidbits of features. Still say no. Do you like tortillas, Q?
Yes.
Do you want a tortilla making robot?
No.
Well, for $900, ApeCoo, APECOO, is going to be dropping one in the next couple of months for $900. And apparently, it worked fine on the sale floor because they served up a lot at the sale floor.
I mean, listen.
I'm listening.
What situation are you in that you need this? Because if you're a business,
Taco Tuesday.
you've got a supplier for tortillas, or you're just gonna make homemade by hand tortillas, which is gonna be better than this thing anyways. And then if you're doing a thing like Taco Tuesday, like you just said, just go to the store and buy some fucking tortillas.
But that's
It says taco truck again, a supplier.
yeah.
It's gonna be like those dumping machines that fail really bad.
Oh, the one where the guy gets super frustrated by trying to make the filling work, and then when it tries to crimp, he just fucking smacks it off the screen. Yeah, I like that. That's a good ASMR. But
Am I seeing that price tag right? Is this $900 to make tortillas?
yeah.
Okay.
So this one is an interesting one. It is called BioLite, and it's a backup battery specifically for your refrigerator. It does not do smart refrigerators. It just does regular refrigerators and freezers. Now, this will make it last an extra, I believe, 3 kilowatt hours. So it doesn't run all the time. So just as long as you keep your fridge closed during a blackout, this thing will keep it alive for about maybe 6-7 hours extra. So you can either pack it up with extra ice or whatever you need to do to make sure that that food will stay safe. I do not see us needing that in an okay power infrastructure, but
I mean, we've lost power here at the house a few times. Emergencies happen. There's plenty of things that can happen. We had the crazy monsoon weather that didn't knock out the power, and then like 2 days later something went wrong. We had no power for like 5 hours. This is definitely great for people that live in like blizzard areas and things like that.
or wanting to live off the
very
grid.
common for your power, or wanting to live off the grid. Yeah.
Because I could see having the Anchor cooler along with one of these to power up the refrigerator. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely see things here to like.
Okay. The core, the single one that allows for the 3 kilowatt hours, $2,000. And then the complete, which is the bigger model that is basically just twice the size, that gets you 6 for $3,000. That's a bit pricey.
I mean, it is, but you're also talking like batteries,
Big,
especially batteries this big,
yeah.
like, and it's got to have redundancy set up to make sure it charges, but doesn't keep memory, keeps it always charged, and then knows when to click on because you've lost power. Like, there's a lot going on here, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's just like whenever I see backup generators for homes, they are not cheap, and there's a lot going on there. So, I mean, it's a lot of money, but you're buying this for a big peace of mind, and you're not buying this because like, oh, I lost power one time. You're buying this because like I live in an area that gets adverse fucking conditions.
Right. Quincy, have you ever had a package stolen from your porch or area that you would pick up a package?
I have not had a package stolen from my porch. However, I know many a person who has.
Okay. Well, good news. There are people who want to make these a little bit more easier to have an at-home hub. Something that is only activatable through Amazon. And I'm like, okay, that's actually really interesting. Only Amazon individuals can open this. However, they've been having a lot of outsourcing issues because of the East Coast strikes they've been having. So they've been throwing the packages toward UPS and USPS to try and get it done. Some of them do not have access to the lockers. So meaning this kind of goes to waste a little bit. But the company at Hive, Hyve, has a disposable little box that runs off of the Amazon firmware to be basically an at-home hub. I'm not that mad. It is a very good idea. It's just I don't think it would be very worthwhile.
I mean, it's a great idea. The thing is what I'm seeing in the world is people are either already building their own of these.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hi,
have the
Roller.
fact that people don't only get packages from Amazon. And then I've
Right.
also seen in newer housing developments where they are actually building something like this onto the homes, where it's a thing that you go up and as a delivery driver you have a code that opens it and you open it up, you put the package in, you close it, it locks, and it's actually built into the house.
Okay, so like a Dropbox. Okay. That's kind of neat, I guess, but if in case you want a smart one, $300. Nah, it's a little pricey for 300.
Not pricey.
A little pricey, but it's smart, which means it'll as soon as they drop off the package, you'll also get the message that it got dropped off because your thing is technically a hub.
I mean, I still need them to just get me the fucking packages.
Hmm.
Like that's been my problem. No, I definitely understand why this is a thing and the need for it and whatnot. It's very, it's an interesting concept. I'm seeing a lot of things very similar already, so I'm a little on it. Plus, I mean, I don't put it past the common thief to just be like, I'm gonna fucking hook a chain up to this, hook it up to my car real quick, and fucking step on the gas.
That is fair. Um,
You know what I mean?
right,
There's no such thing as a smart thief, is or a smart criminal or whatever the saying is. Many problems with that idea doesn't mean somebody wouldn't do it.
right. And the smartest criminal is the one who's still not caught. They say it gives tampering warnings, alerts about people who use codes. It seems like it's
Yeah,
maybe big enough for maybe a couple, maybe 4 12 packs of soda. That's probably the best way I could really kind of paint the picture.
yeah. That's the other thing is these things aren't very big.
Yeah, no, if I was wanting, let's say, a PS5, PS5's a little more wide than two of those boxes taped together, it wouldn't fit in this. So what do
Yeah,
you do now? Do you leave it on the front porch to get stolen anyways? I don't know.
but also where do you draw the line? Because ain't nobody wants giant things for it.
Yeah.
And that's why I go back to the ones that I'm seeing that are built on storm. Like that might be the best option because I don't know how those things work. Maybe they dispense into your garage or something.
Mhm.
And they're not open for just people to walk up and open. Like they have to have a code still to open them.
We don't really have a electrical vehicle, but Blue Eddy, Bluetti, always does battery backups. They've done really good work with rugged terrain. We got offered a talk about for Blue Eddy, and I kind of was thinking about it, but I was like, we don't really do a whole lot of outdoorsy stuff to talk about their products, but their external battery packs, the really nice solar panels that can go along with them. They too have coolers that are very similar in fashion to the one we saw above. However, with theirs has like this really nice gasket that you can hear closed, so it doesn't lose any of that cold air from inside. Having an entire home battery backup. Mm,
It's a
mm.
thing. It's on the market already. It is definitely a thing. I need this ad to go away so I can see the damn thing in
Oh,
three
sorry.
seconds. No, it's not your fault. I It's a thing. It's a great concept. There's a lot there that has to work optimally. And it ain't gonna be cheap.
You are correct. Um, from what I've read before, this does not tell you the pricing, but from what I can tell, for both the panels, because it is DIY friendly, it has no rewiring, voltage specific appliance setup. It is just plant in there and then attached to the its own personal device, so to speak. The total for it, including the solar panels, $9,600, give or take. Like that's I'm all right. We're gonna just roll right along.
Okay, I mean, for again, what it's offering, a peace of mind thing in extreme events, that's not a bad price.
Yeah, but highly, highly implausible for no. Another thing that's highly implausible. Quincy, do you like seltzer water?
No, who likes seltzer water?
Raises
Who
the hand.
out there goes, sparkling water?
I don't like LaCroix, but I will have a Truly.
I have actually found love for Fresca,
See, and you were just giving me shit. What the fuck?
but Fresca at least has some flavor. It has a lot of flavor
Has a
to it.
little bit of flavor to it. Yes, you are correct.
No, there's a good amount of flavor.
I've only had one Fresca in my life. I should probably have a little bit more. But something called Roam, Roam. It basically says we're going to turn your drink and seltzerify it, add a little bit of carbonation to it. You load it into this bottle that you're able to just take anywhere, attach one of their carbon dioxide tablets up top, press it down, you hear the little hiss, pull it off, boom, you have now sudsy water.
Yeah, see, that's just not. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. $50. Enjoy. Moving on.
I mean, at least the price ain't too bad.
So, to those who like hot coffee or tea, sometimes it gets a little too hot. This one I kind of waited to mention because it's a little tiny.
I already saw it.
Oh, you already saw this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's adorable.
It's adorable. It's a little tiny USB cooling cat. And what it does is it blows very subtly into your food and or drink. So that way it can cool it down a little bit quicker. $25, and it says just later this year.
It's adorable. It's really cute. My big problem is having my coffee stay hot because I drink it so slow. Like I still have the cup we started with for the start of the show, and it is now cold. I have one of those coffee warmers. I just have to set up at my desk because my desk wasn't set up until you got me the mini computer.
Yeah. Quincy, we now have a smart microwave you can activate from your phone. It can attach to Wi-Fi. I don't know why you would want a microwave.
So this isn't new, first of all.
This is not new.
I don't know why Panasonic's acting like it is, because they've had Alexa-enabled microwaves for some time now.
Okay, it's not just a microwave.
Okay.
It's a microwave.
Tell me what else it is, but let me first start with the concept of a microwave. You can start from fucking stupid.
Mm.
But now tell me why. Tell me what else this has to decide what the rest of this.
So it obviously has the microwave because that's what it's being marketed as. But it also has an air fryer, a broiler, and I believe a convection oven. Yeah, and a convection oven. Take a crack at the price. How much do you think?
It's like $2,500. Here's my problem with this. Why do you need to control this from your phone? Damn, $500. I'm glad I was wrong. I was just making a wild guess.
Yeah.
Why do you need to control this from your phone? What benefit does controlling this from your phone give you? Because you have to put the shit in the thing.
Maybe leaving it in there and then being like, oh, okay, on my way home, I'll just fucking hit the button, and then when I get home, as soon as I sit my ass, I don't know, man.
You can't put something in a microwave all day because it doesn't have a refrigeration to heat it up. It's not like a crock pot where you can put it on low, really cooking it, and then change it on your phone while you're at work to raise the temperature at a later, lower the temperature at a later point. I get a phone-controlled crock pot.
That'd be fine, yeah.
Because you can change the cooking temperatures throughout the day.
I don't know. It's a good idea.
The microwave, it doesn't make sense. It's just a needless feature to sell a microwave that just already does what the half that price version does. You slapped a Wi-Fi chip in the bitch and decide it's worth twice the price when the Wi-Fi chip does nothing.
Look, I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know. I have no clue. Why? I mean, I'm happy that it has a broiler in it. It's very rare to see a broiler.
Oh, that's cool. But it doesn't need to be $500 because of Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Like, you give me a microwave that has a broiler in it, and you tell me it's fine.
This next one, I kind of leaned to the left and said, For who? So, do you want to flip a switch in your fuse box because you want to just shut that shit off immediately? You can now do it from your phone. You want to annoy your roommate? You can turn off his entire
Like,
room.
this just sounds a great way to piss off your spouse or your kids or your roommate or something. Like,
Bedtime.
why is this necessary?
So what's funny is you can make a. So this is for smart budgeting, just to make sure you don't overwhelm your. If you don't have like a what do they call it? We just talked about them 2 minutes ago. Fucking solar panels. If you don't have a solar paneled
Right.
house, then yeah, sure, having a budget would be a smart idea, but there's better ways of doing it.
You don't need to just flip off your fuse box to lower your electricity. You like, come on.
Yeah, like why do you need a budget on
Furthermore,
your
how do you
fryer?
wait? But okay, but
Yeah, no, we're moving
so
along.
it's individual. It's the individual fuses. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit more sense. I thought it just killed the whole fucking thing because I was like, how do you turn it back on? There's not a
No,
Wi-Fi in the house.
yeah, no, you
But
pick and choose, but even still, that's
the
dumb.
only good thing I see about this is if you were like doing repairs on the house and you need to be able to switch different things off. This way you didn't have to walk all the way back around the house. But how much trust are you going to put in this that it actually did turn the power off before you stick your hand into a bundle of wires?
The other thing is, it's $1,500. I don't.
No, I'm good.
All right,
$1,500. Let's come out and fucking install it because I ain't fucking around with my fuse box.
that's fair. And then last but not least, a revolutionary heat pump. They said that there was an entire corner of the sales floor that was warm. And everyone was like, well, what do you mean warm? They had a nice, cozy area that you could just sit in. And everyone just kind of would sit around this thing. And apparently it performed very well. This is, I believe, who makes this one? EHS Mono R32HT. And it's not on sale yet. They just said this is a prototype, but Samsung is kind of following up on making. Oh, yeah, Samsung right there. Samsung is following up and making sure that they can keep this kind of radiator alive. Mm.
Okay, so it's an electric heating unit. I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
For both your home and water. Which, if this thing performs as well as it did on the sales floor, by all means. We still have a few more things for CES, but I don't think I want to talk about them anymore.
Oh my god, what is that?
So this is going to be the last thing for CES before we get into shoe news. But Mirumi, a sloth robot, is supposed to have a bit of warmth, vibration, and noise to be a bag charm that is slowly becoming an actual trend. This is obvious. What is the not Dolce, but there's a brand that's actually really keen on making these go with them. $100, and it's on Kickstarter right now for $80. But it also scans for people. These are cameras, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what all it does, but it's just they look a little odd. As so there's a whole lot more, but I'm gonna quickly scroll down to the shoes I want to talk about because we're going into shoe news. There we go. The Nike Hyper Ice collaboration.
What am I looking at?
So, these are performance ones. And when I say performance, it's not your average performance. These things are technological based. They track how many steps you have. They track how much you weigh. It has, I think, overall BPM through your feet, so that way you can see if you're pacing normally throughout your entire body. This piece of technology is slowly becoming what used to be the Nike Pressure Lab, I believe was what the old one used to be called, where they would put on these like boots and they would run on a treadmill. These don't look that bad comparative. Um,
It's
sadly,
interesting.
yeah, sadly, no price tag, but there was a lot of sneakerheads that were like, huh. Hmm. And we're in shoes, so let me go with that. There we go. Toy Story and Adidas is bringing Woody to life with the Samba. Uh, do we have a? It says link in bio, but you're not giving me the link. You're just kind of
No, you'd have to go to actual Sneaker Juice's like full page and find
oh
their bio links. Yeah.
oh well
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not
See where it says right there. Yeah, yeah.
well we're just gonna do that thing. I should have brought this up previously, but it's fine. We could just look at the images. I like them. They're very Woody.
Yeah, no, they very much scream Woody for sure.
Oh, and they even have the little Pixar thing in the bottom. Does this say the Stan Smith? Because usually the Disney things got the Stan Smith kind of etched in on them. I like the belt buckle down on the bottom. Hmm. Okay.
I don't think this is one. I don't think this is a Stan Smith thing. You know.
Interesting. But even still, a very good looking shoe. Nice brown with a cowboy print in the back with the Woody. I guess you can call it the inner shirt, and then a belt buckle toward the bottom of the shoelaces, and kind of like a cowboy boot style toe. I kind of like it. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very Woody.
Ah, I do. Over at Bull Airs, we've talked about these guys before, but the reason why I bring them up today is because they made a very nice mock-up, and I'm trying to blow it up for you. Oh my god, I'm gonna start closing out of fucking shit
Yeah, you might need to.
for the anchor. It was him. It was him the whole time.
I didn't realize you still had that open. Definitely.
There we go. Now
Wild.
everything's working a little bit better. The Bull Airs Hoverian. There we go.
Okay.
Doesn't scream anything at you?
Oh, so it's the hoverboard. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was confused for a second by the name. I was like,
And then
that
it has a little tiny. I wish I could blow this
a
image
little
up.
flux capacitor.
There we go. Yeah.
A little flux capacitor. That's awesome. That's cute.
So over at Bull
I
Airs,
would never wear these. These are really cool.
these are very cool. Over at Bull Airs, they do a lot of very vibrant. I'm just gonna call it IP infringement because that's pretty much what they do. There right now. They have a steamboat.
I feel like that's very accusatory, and we don't want to.
I'm not accusing no one of nothing. I'm just saying, kind of like, in Minecraft. However, when you have literally Steamboat Willie chilling out on the side of a swoosh,
To be fair, he's public domain now.
he is public domain now, but not, I don't know about the swoosh. However, these shoes, fantastic. $500 for them, and they look amazing. $500.
Yeah, I ain't spending $500 on shoes.
You're right. A strawberry shortcake Frankenstein style shoe.
That's actually pretty cute.
Those are pretty nice. They come in both men and women sizings. Further down, things get a little bit more outrageous. Wizard of Oz, the Flying Monkeys, the Wicked Witch, the Ruby Slippers. Oh shit, I clicked that. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, we're flying back. A Frankenstein one. This really interesting 3-pack of bundles, but would you look at that? We just talked about Toy Story shoes. Why is there more Toy Story shoes?
I like the other ones better.
Yeah, I like the other ones a little bit better. These ones always have like a rough stitching, lack of better words. They always have like a just crunch everything together. And then for the Deadpool and Wolverine, they have a good collaboration there as well. And these shoes I fucking love. These look great. Uh-oh. Did I lose Q?
I'm here.
Oh. These look fantastic. I'm super excited
Yeah,
to.
I'm very happy with them.
But $650.
$650. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
They are custom made, so be aware that even if you order
Good for
them, they're not going to be ready for a little while, or if they're going to be otherwise. These guys also do really cool stuff, such as commissions. You can commission them just as long as you send them the shoes to say what you kind of want on them, and they'll throw you a few mock-ups, and you just kind of go ahead with that. I'm actually super happy that they allow for commissions. Badoop. Fortnite and Adidas. An interesting collaboration considering Nike, I thought, already signed that. But.
I mean, those deals do eventually end, you know?
Right. However, we're still getting Nikes in the shop. That's fine. All the shoes kind of give off a very normal thing, except for the last one back here that kind of look like banana slippers. Can we get a better view of the bananas? There's the battle bus. There's Peely. There's the bananas. You got bananas. Do you want bananas on your feet?
Not really. I hear you slip that way.
Fish stick, kind of an orangish with a lot of weird, awkward mesh over it. Battle bus, the black one, the Halloween version, I would assume. Victory crown, which has a really nice looking gold for the stripes and the backing. I kind of like these ones. They're not bad looking, just very plain Jane, except for the Peely. But doop. Thanks to sneaker news for this one as well. Ninja Turtles and LaMelo Ball collab. Baxter Stockman. One of my favorite TMNT characters is Baxter Stockman, the scientist who kind of gets screwed over multiple times. But Puma and TMNT, I'm happy for this collaboration. I wish we had a little more images of this one, but it looks very psychedelic. And I kind of like the Baxter face at the very back.
Yeah, I definitely like that touch. And then the Turtles logo.
And then a comment. He needs a mismatch pair for Rocksteady and Bebop. Honest to God, you give me a Bebop and Rocksteady pair of shoes, I'm super sold on that. I like Bebop and Rocksteady. They're my favorite villains. Not the greatest villains, but they're good villains. But doop. Over at Lego, some interesting things, such as Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine. I really like how it has a lot of really custom pieces that have been added on to make sure that this thing can probably work. And a little Lego Leonardo. Let me see. What is he?
I mean, his real flying. Oh, well, I was thinking the helicopter.
The gyro, what you call it?
Yeah. I was going to say, because that thing did not work. But, I mean, yeah,
this one does look like it has a little something extra to it. Oh, and then he's holding a little blueprint and pen. That's adorable. $50. How many pieces? 493, just under 500, and it looks relatively nice. But doop. If you want the big Ant-Man model, this is the best way to get it. The Captain America Civil War action battle, the one that takes place near the airport, where probably my favorite fight between Captain America and Spider-Man take place. They just kind of have a chill conversation while beating each other up.
I feel like his reaction to seeing Bucky's arm.
Whoa!
Oh, you have a metal.
You have an arm? But you get a lot of really cool minifigs in this, including one very big figure of Ant-Man. I kind of like that one. That was really nice. 736 pieces for $100. But doop. The only reason why I brought this one up is because I didn't see a DK model for the longest time, and honest to God, this one's super cool. I like DK. So the Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and DK Jumbo, the cart that he rides around in Mario Kart 8, comes with a red shell, a green shell, a banana peel, and a target that you get to whip whatever one you want to throw at it. You can see on his neck he has his famous DK tie. This does not look bad for $35 at 387 pieces.
Yeah, this is a pretty fun one.
Let me see. Oh yeah, he just propels it out of his little pop gun. Cool. But dope. Heading back over to no. Heading back over to Spider-Man. Did you know Venom had a muscle car?
I did not. It just feels like they repurposed the ghost.
A little bit, yeah, but I do like the symbiotic body that he has for this minifig, and I really like his face. Looks super nice. Everything else seems fine. Having the bank vault with a few pieces of gold. What I think is a bit launcher here on the left and right side of the vehicle. This doesn't look half bad. $30 at 254 pieces. Oh, it actually extends outward from his back. Hang on, can we get? Oh, he's got a web catcher. Okay, but I just wanted to see his. I just wanted to see how the. Okay, it just attaches to his neck. Oh, and his hips. Huh. Okay.
I think it just connects to his neck. I don't think it connects to his. Seeing the top.
Okay.
But very much like how they've done capes on previous figures. Like, yeah, it just attaches to the neck.
Interesting. I've just never seen that many pieces attached to just one area. Okay, it works for me.
Right.
But what was it? $30 at 254 pieces. Oh, that's it. That's everything. That is everything. Wow. Holy cow! 2 hours, baby. We did it. That was a lot of
not
shit.
bad.
And that wasn't all the things.
CIS
from
is huge, and we don't cover CES. Jesus Christ, Brian. We don't cover it every year because a lot last year, but there were some decent.
Yeah. And I'm glad we covered a lot of the fun stuff. There was a lot of weird stuff too, because every CES for like the past 4 years have always had a hall that was dedicated to weirder things. There's a couple things I did not bring up. I may bring up next week if there happens to be a slow week, but I would prefer not to. Yeah. Anything else you got, Q?
That's it, buddy.
All right, let's do the rundown. Here we go. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to check the links down in the description for Quincy's threads. My blue sky. Yes. I remembered. Our Discord.
You're getting better, bud.
I'm getting better. Our Discord channel, just in case you happen to want to pop in and yell at me for no indiscriminate reason, or Quincy.
I mean, you really want doesn't mean I'll respond.
That's fair. Just add them. Just spam them. Check out our Zenny. They are holding another new sale, the buy two get one free on the renew, reuse, and recyclable frames. So get some very inexpensive glasses. Check out Humble Bundle. They just updated their Humble Monthly, as well as has a New Year's sale with Capcom, Bandai Namco, and Toy Tecmo. Go and check out some very inexpensive. Oh, and the GOG sale you had mentioned earlier. Go and check out them for some really nice games for like, God, $3. Hell yeah.
There's some pretty cheap shit in there.
Hell yeah. And at the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, remember to love one another. It is definitely free to do. Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Wake up, samurai.